Welcome to the fair, and thank you for coming to our demonstration. My name is Kramer, and with the help of my cow Cam here, we're going to teach you guys a little bit about dairy cows. So the first thing that we're going to do while we're waiting for her grain to show up is we're going to go ahead and wipe off her teats. So we do that to make sure that no manure or bedding and debris make it into our milk tank. And while the milker does that, they check the cow's quarters and make sure that her milk is clean and clear and good for us. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now.
Yeah, he's stood up. Here comes the food.
Here it comes. So at home, most cows are milked between 3 and 4 in the morning and 3 and 4 in the afternoon. Cam here is almost 3 years old. She has had one calf, and after she goes home from the fair today, she's going to take a 2-month-ish holiday. She's due to have another baby in 2 more months here. So what happens at home is when a cow first has their calf, the mom and baby are left together for the first few hours. That way the calf gets licked off and cleaned and fed by its mother before it heads to its own individual pen. And as well as getting fed, they're up and drinking within the first hour of life. Once the calves are moved to their own pen, mom joins the rest of the herd in the milking barn. For the first couple days, the calves are given their own mother's colostrum to make sure that they get all the antibodies and immunities they need from their mom. After that, they're able to have milk from any cow on the farm, so we just take it out of the tank and feed it to them. So at home, Cam would milk approximately 35 liters a day, which is about 8 or 9 of those 4-liter jugs that you see in front of you there. So right now, as Cam is nearing the end of her 7-month pregnancy, we're going from milking her twice a day, to once a day, to every other day, and then she's going to go on that little 2-month holiday that we talked about. So as long as the cows are healthy and have a calf every year, we can keep them in our herd for over 10 years. So Cam here is at the beginning of her long-lasting career with us, but so to produce all this milk for us, the cows will drink a bathtub full of water a day and eat about 100 pounds of feed. So at home, they get the bulk of their grain when they come into milk to help encourage them and make it a positive experience, which is why we had to wait before we get started. Otherwise, the routine is broken for her. So now, as things are progressing and changing, a lot of people are moving towards robotic milking. So instead of us having to get up at 3 in the morning and hook all these cows up, they actually go in all on their own. So if you see them in the stalls or in the parlor here, they have a collar with their number, and there's a big transponder on the bottom. So as the cows walk into the robot, it reads who it is, and the robot knows where each cow's individual teats are, so it can hook them up with a little laser eye. The other cool thing about that is that the cows, being that it's free choice and they're encouraged by their grain, they can go in 4 or 5 times a day if they'd like, so they never hit that full mark full of milk, and just keeps them more comfortable. There's no standing around waiting when they go in on their own. So some of our cows, one of them, Heidi, that I brought with today, she is notorious for waiting for someone to finish, kick them out, eat all their leftover grain. So she's constantly walking loops through our robot, but she also was milking 70 liters a day, and that's why. Let's see how much we have so far. We have 15 liters from Cam so far. So what are some things that we make from dairy products, you guys? Yell them out if you know them. Ice cream, I heard someone say. Yogurt's another one. Regular milk, that's right. I think I heard sour cream somewhere. Cheese. Butter. So if you want to buy dairy products that come from milk from cows on Vancouver Island, you can find it in Western Family Ice Cream at Save On Foods. So that's made here in Victoria. Natrel Butter. And any Island Farms products, whether it's ice cream, cottage cheese, sour cream, fluid milk, or chocolate milk, that is all made right here on the island with milk from cows on the island. So Cam here is a Holstein cow. They are the most common of the dairy breeds. The average one is approximately 60 inches at the shoulder and weighs 1,500 pounds. At home, we breed our cows for exhibition, so they're a little bit larger than most. Cam is probably 63 inches and just over 16, almost 1,700 pounds. So with Holsteins being the most common of the 6 main dairy breeds, does anybody know what some of the other breeds are?
Let the kids.
Yell them out if you know. Guernsey, that's a good first one. Yes, Guernseys are another dairy breed that people keep. What else do we have? Jersey, they are the next most common. Very well liked for their high butter fat and small size. That's 3 of 6. Do we know any more of the dairy breeds? Ayrshires, yep. So I have some little Ayrshire cross calves on the end here, Rosie and Opal. 2 more. Be cool, you guys might be the first group to guess them all. Milking Shorthorns, we're 5 for 6. 1 more. Brown Swiss. Well done, you guys. I wonder, did any of you notice the great big board right there with all 6 of them? Yes, so those are the 6 most common dairy breeds, with Holsteins making up about 95% of that. Jerseys are probably about 4%, and the remaining 1% of the North American dairy herd would either be crossbreds or those other dairy breeds. Okay, let's see how much Cam has for us now. Looks like we're just about 26 liters and then some foam. Looks like she'll have lots for us. Does anybody have any questions for me while we wait for Cam to finish up?
How many cows do you have?
How many cows do we have? At home right now, we milk 110 animals, and we have 300 animals on site, including calves, dry cows, and replacement animals growing up. Why do they get a vacation? It's good to help them recover and rest. And then the last 2 months of their pregnancy, as their body is changing from producing from their last calf, their milk changes. So we want to make sure that they're able to get all the extra energy and nutrients to grow the calf in the final trimester of their pregnancy. And then that way, when we do start milking them again, we haven't taken the colostrum early and milked her out. That way the calves still get it. And it's also just good for the longevity of the animal. If we didn't give them a break, we wouldn't be able to keep them around for very long. So that big vein on her belly, we call it their milk vein. There isn't actually milk in it, but that is the main blood supply to her udder, which she needs all of that blood flow to help her produce milk for us. So that's just a huge blood vessel that's traveling down to her mammary system. So it looks like Cam's just about done here. What we're going to do in a second is we're going to take her machine off. At home, either in a robot or a parlor, the machine would automatically come off, and the milker or robot would spray her or dip her with an iodine spray. So that teat dip is just an iodine disinfectant. After the cows are done milking, their teat ends remain open for a short period of time. So we use that to stop any bacteria from entering and causing any sort of infection. Once she's dipped in milk, we're going to go ahead and put her back. But if the kids would like to gather around by the bull calves over there, we're going to fill some baby bottles and give the calves breakfast if the kids want to help us hold them. I'd like to thank you all for coming, and if you have any further questions, please feel free to come talk to any one of us directly. Thank you.